your 10th ZITF here, 2024 exhibition. And we are exhibiting the structure of the office, beginning with the national vision, we have given the national vision, then the vision of the office, and our mission statement and core values. Then we are showcasing here the top leaders of the top, two vice presidents, chief secretary, the ministers in the office, and the chief secretary. Then here we are showcasing cabinet. And what is missing here are the things that when we go to any place, we take the establishing picture of the place, but we go to the people that are now actually doing things as a result of the projects that are happening. So this is what it's showing here. We're also extending this. We are totally this with the mantra that underpins those projects. You can work on the yes. Trying to explain the government also. You can see what the president does with this. And then we have packaged all the government policies. We just take a phone and put here, you'll be able to take the national labor migration, but all the policies that are available, we'll put them on the QR code for available and sharing. Then we'll put the flagship programs by program, with the legends, that's on talent. So, Arade, Robert, the national airport, the green one, it's Malize, just keep the representative flagship project. Some of them. The scholarship program, you yourself said, the scholarship program, the Mindaraka West and registered.
Welcome to the Office of the President and Cabinet. Let me take you through. You just missed the President. He was here right now and he was being taken through his stand, and this is what he had to see. So let me take you right from the start there, where we are starting off with the national vision, the vision and the mission statement. This we are taking through people that have absolutely no idea what this is all about. So we're basically taking them that to tell them that the national vision is towards a prosperous and empowered upper middle income society by 2030. I know you already know, but there are a lot of people that are coming in that don't know, so we want to take them on board. The vision of the Office of the President is to provide effective strategic leadership policy guidance to the entire government machinery. And the mission statement right there, as you can see, to lead the entire government machinery in the formulation and implementation of policies, programs, and projects. Most importantly, we have the core values right there. These are the values by which we expect every member, every employee of the Office of the President and Cabinet to abide by. So we are talking loyalty, we are speaking patriotism, commitment, confidentiality, integrity, humanity, accountability, and professionalism. So basically what we are saying is we don't want any drugs in the Office of the President and Cabinet. We have to abide by this. Then from there, we now come to the organogram of the office, which is showing how the office is configured administratively. It starts right there with His Excellency the President, and then we have the Vice Presidents there. Right under there we have the Chief Secretary, Dr. Urushwaya, responsible for running the administration. Then we have the Special Advisor on Health, Dr. Mawamba. We also have the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Honorable Matuke. Then we have on the side there Honorable J. Kungo, being Special Advisor to the President on monitoring implementation of government programs. Then at the end there, where it says 10 by, that 10 is standing for the provincial ministers of state responsible for provincial affairs and devolution. So you find here we've just put 10 by, but when I take you round the stand and we get to one of the boards there, you find that we have a board that is full of QR codes, and those QR codes you will find the profiles of the ministers. So yes, this board is on our graph right here is Reverend Damasane, who is responsible for social services. So all these are deputy secretaries. Then we have Mr. Chichar over there being deputy secretary for presidential communications, and Mr. Chu being responsible for administration, finance, and human resources. Engineer Rusmaya is the chief secretary for flagship programs and projects. Then right at the end of the board there, you will see Mr. William Maniko being responsible for policy analysis and development plan. So this is the organogram for the administration. Then here,
and then
we have the cabinet.
just one second.
A lot of time. We have the cabinet. But what we are actually exhibiting this year is of the president and cabinet. Are people that are showing impact of the projects that have been implemented by the Senate Department. Right here, it says impact of projects. These are the projects that have been implemented by the Senate Department. Right here, as you can see, the video that is playing there is showing the officials, ladies with human rights, so basically they are now telling us what is happening in their lives, what is happening in their communities, what has changed, what impact, what kind of development is coming to their communities from there. So we have quite a number of videos, as you can see, we have a video on the Bedroom Post, we have a video on the Mashingo Road, Bedroom Mashingo Road, we have a video on Mani, the Shimba. So it's quite a lot, but this time what we did this year was to walk the people and let the people speak. Let the people themselves speak to say what it is that the project has brought, what kind of development has the projects brought into their communities. Has there been an upliftment? Because we are looking at where they were, and we are looking at Vision 2030, we are looking at Zimbabwe being an upper middle income society. How are we moving from where they are through these projects to where we want to go, to where the president wants the nation to be? So this is basically what we are focusing here. So a lot of projects. Then we come here, this board right here, as you can see, this one is reinforcing the core values that are there. Remember, the core values are saying loyalty, patriotism, commitment, confidentiality. When you put all those together, they give you the 7 leadership that the head of the office is talking about. So basically, His Excellency the President is saying he's not going to tolerate any incompetence. He's not going to tolerate dereliction of duty. He's not going to tolerate corruption. At the bottom there, he's not just saying, I'm not going to tolerate that, but he's going further to say, what am I going to do? How do I show that I am not tolerating this? How do I go further? He's now telling you that I'm empowering you. Should you come across somebody who does what is contrary to those core values that are there, that is contrary to what I'm saying there, you must report back to me. You must tell me. There's a feedback mechanism by which you can come and tell me, because I have the power to take this people out, because you are the ones that placed them. So basically, this is what this board is saying, giving the people the power to report back to the president and to say what is happening in his office, how is his office being conducted. Then when we come here, for all these projects to work and to work on time and to work efficiently, there is a dashboard, a monitoring mechanism that is here. There is a whole of government performance monitoring system that is right here. As you can see there, it says executive electronic dashboard. Right here, I have one of my colleagues who is going. I'll hand you over to one of my colleagues. Leona, to take us.
So for performance to be measured, it needs to be monitored. We have what we call the Word of Government Performance Management System. It's a system that measures or tracks a ministry from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. As you can see under ZITF, the performance report for Ministry of Lands, Agriculture and Fisheries. Here you will see that it has different dials. And the color codes will show you what kind of work they're doing. So you find red starts from 0 to 50%. It's almost like a dashboard of a car. The second one is orange, that looks like an amber, to say that work is already kickstarting and there's progress. And then you see the last one is green. You see that they are now moving on. So the first one, that ministry is not area, is on 0. The dial is not yet moved, the works have not yet been moved. So this system sort of shows you which areas need to be worked on. Second, third quarter, we check their progress and say what needs to be moved or what needs to be accelerated in the Ministry of Agriculture. We also equally have what we call an executive electronic dashboard. This is a dashboard that looks at the 100-day projects. This looks at particular tasks. So, for example, I want to look at flower yokai. It will show me that blue is ahead of schedule, green is on schedule, red beyond schedule, and then purple it has not yet started. The cycle has a start and end date, the progress, and also the time. And equally, you see the colors. Say each and every task is on purple or blue or green. And these two tasks are on purple. So let's end with
I think the starting point is to understand what cabinet is. Cabinet is the supreme organ of the executive. It is the supreme decision-making organ of that. It makes policies, programs, and projects that address societal problems. The point to ask is, how are problems identified? Ministries engage a variety of stakeholders, who include ordinary citizens, private sector, civil society, interest groups. But above all, they take into consideration the concerns of the ruling party. There is a principle of supremacy of party over government. So in other words, party policies must always find expression in government policy. So what that means is that the ministry, taking into consideration the views of all these stakeholders and also regional and international agreements, actually formulates what is known as a cabinet memorandum. A cabinet memorandum is a document which spells out clearly the problems and policy proposals that a ministry seeks to present before cabinet. When that is done, the ministry will submit that memorandum to the chief secretary, who will look at the memorandum to ensure that it conforms to laid out standards. If he is satisfied, he escalates the memorandum to His Excellency, the President. If the President is also satisfied, he may decide that the matter is placed on the agenda of Cabinet, which usually takes place on the Tuesday of every week. He may decide that the matter be deliberated at committee level. There are two committees. We have a committee of officials, which is known as the Working Party, and we have a committee of ministers, which is known as a cabinet committee. So the matter is debated at Working Party level. A Working Party only recommends, and its report is submitted to a higher committee, which is the Committee of Ministers. The Committee of Ministers also recommends to Cabinet, and the matter is deliberated upon in Cabinet. Cabinet, it is important to know that Cabinet operates on the basis of collective responsibility. Cabinet operates on the basis of collective responsibility. What that means is that when members are debating, it does not matter whether a sponsoring ministry has sponsored its policy. It might not take sole custody of the policy. In other words, every cabinet minister is duty bound to go by the decision of the entire cabinet. So at the end of the deliberations, a memorandum might not be approved. It might be rejected altogether. It will be referred back to the minister, or it might be approved. If it is approved, you will find that there is a post-cabinet briefing where the whole nation will be informed about the cabinet decision. And also, there will be a decision matrix that will be submitted. A decision matrix will be submitted to the ministry to show that the memorandum has been approved. So there are two documents, important documents: minutes of cabinet and a decision matrix. Those are the two legal documents which compel the ministry to start implementing the program. Then we might also notice that if the issue is a legal issue, if it is a bill, it might so happen that that bill will be presented before Parliament by the Minister of Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, who is the leader of government business in Parliament. So this is how matters are brought before cabinet. But also we must note that there are some standing issues which always find themselves on the agenda of cabinet. For example, parliamentary business. For example, country's power supply. For example, updates on agriculture production. Those issues are normally placed on the agenda every week. If we are in a pandemic situation, for instance, during the days of COVID, or even now during cholera, those issues always automatically find themselves on the agenda of cabinet. So this is the cycle in which policies are escalated from ordinary citizens to cabinet. But the story does not end there. When policies are formulated, they are now implemented. The office of the president and cabinet is a machinery to monitor and evaluate those policies. So there are some M&E departments which follow up closely on the implementation of those policies. You might soon realize that after 2 to 3 years, the same policies will find their way back to the ministry for policy review, policy update, policy refinement. In a nutshell, this is the cabinet process.
Thank you very much, Mr. Super, for taking us through there. Please allow me to take you right to the end there. So this is the next board, where after we've said all this, we are now saying the president is already declared a state of disaster following the El Nino-induced drought in Zimbabwe. So we say to ourselves, we couldn't exit the office of the president cabinet without saying something about the president is saying about this year. So basically he's saying no Zimbabwean will die of hunger. So he says leaving no one and no place behind, or leaving anyone without sustenance. And basically the president is saying the national response is going to be broad, it's going to be comprehensive, it's going to be more than encompassing to make sure that top priority is securing food for all Zimbabweans, and no Zimbabweans must succumb to hunger or die. So just so we would highlight this. But also, we did say we are focusing on the impact of projects this year. But we do have some Zimbabweans, some people that are coming through here and they have absolutely no idea which projects have been implemented by the second family. This is why we have this big board here now, where we are saying if somebody doesn't even know, that one's going to help people that already know what programs. But this one now, check the program. So when you see pink, go to the pink there, just look at the tint. You will see that it says Matingo. What is pink? Matingo is there, rather Matingo red. You come to the green there, it tells you that it is the green sometimes still counting. So what we did was for this time, we just one mega project there, one the process. And then people can just see for themselves. Otherwise, the list is here. Also, this list is not all in, it's not covering everything, but it's some of the major projects that are going on. So that's what this is all about. And then finally, on our inside exhibition, because we We are not really giving out brochures. People that need information to take away on policies, all the policies that we have in the OPC, they'll just come here and scan their devices with their sports or whatever, then they take that with them. But also, on physical giveaways, we have these magazines that are produced in the Office of the President and Cabinet by the Presidential Communications Department. We have Brick by Brick, and we have the Third Eye. So these are the latest copies, and these we are giving people as many as they want. Anyone who's out there, they can just come and take these copies. Also, if people happen to be in Harare, they can just go to Mutambudzi by the foyer there, by the entrance. They can have access to this. They'll just go there and grab them. But also in all provinces, try and send them to all the provincial ministers' offices who people have access to these medicines. So as far as the inside exhibition is concerned, we are done. If you allow me, I'll take you to the outside where we've got the scholarship and the corporate governance unit that are exhibiting outside. So this is the outside, these are the outside that I was talking about, where we have the exhibition. Right here, we've got the scholarship booth. The lady here will tell you everything you need to know about the presidential and national scholarship. And the lady right over there will tell you everything that you need to know about corporate governance, the corporate governance unit. So if you allow me, I'll take you through this unit. And I'll hand you over to Rachel.
My name is Rachel Chitate from the Presidential National Scholarships. We are saying the scholarships, those are programs which were initiated by His Excellency, Comrade Dr. Emmerson Mnangagwa, for the students, for those children who are underprivileged and they are academically talented. So these programs, we have scholarships, we have MOUs where the department have agreements with different universities, and then they offer those programs. And then we have bilateral programs where it's government to government, and then we get fully funded scholarships. And then we also have for the skills development for those staff members who are in the public service. They're also being awarded scholarships to study abroad for the skills development. So what we do as a department, we collect our applications immediately after the release of A-level results. So our advert runs for a month in our local newspaper, the Herald Chronicle and Sunday Mail, and also our local TV, the radio, and also in all the districts. So we have now decentralized our collection for the application. We now have to go all the 10 provinces to collect applications for our students, our prospective students. Then for the programs that we have, we cover all the engineering programs, the human, social and human sciences. We have got health sciences. We also have the sport, we have management, and also the commercials. And then the countries that we currently have scholarships with, we've got Russia, India, Indonesia, Algeria, Serbia, Cuba, Greece. So those are the countries that we have. Currently, to date, we have almost 1,400 students who are currently studying in the various countries in various disciplines. These students, they are in various countries doing their studies from undergrad, masters, and PhD. We ask the students who are out there to be innovative, to come up with small video clips telling us their experience once they are under their studies, and the cultures, the different cultures that they have experienced there, and the knowledge that they have already acquired. Because some they are first year, some they are second years, and they're doing their masters, undergrad, and PhD. I thank you very much for visiting our stage.
That was the Office of the President Cabinet. Now we take you to the very last desk that we are exhibiting here. So after the scholarships, we are now moving to the corporate governance unit. to take you through on everything that you need to know about what's happening on this desk.
Welcome to the Corporate Governance Unit. The Corporate Governance Unit is established in terms of the Public Entities Corporate Governance Act that was brought in by the Second Republic. It was signed into law in 2018. The work that it does is that it follows up on public entities to see that they are complying with the Act firstly and with any other pronouncement that Cabinet has given with respect to that. So you find that when the TSP was being implemented, if you remember that it was setting the platform, trying to take advantage of the low-hanging fruits and ensure that those low-hanging fruits would create a platform under which the mid-term vision, the National Development Strategy 1 and the National Development Strategy 2 can then be laid upon to have the development that we need to reach Vision 2030. Right. So here, what we are doing currently is we are able to capture the details of those that have an interest in becoming board members, for example. So you come here, you come with your CV, we are able to register you on the database. The law requires that the people that should then become board members or appointed board members by the various ministers should be registered with the Corporate Governance Unit dashboard. This dashboard takes your skills and so forth. So when should a vacancy arise in a ministry, they approach the Corporate Governance Unit, it goes through its dashboard and finds people with the relevant skills. They forward this to the minister. The minister then recommends this to His Excellency the President. His Excellency then approves the various posts that are there, and then one is appointed as a board member to a public entity. So this is basically what we are doing here.
Thank you very much. So that was the tour of the Office of the President and Cabinet as an idea. So we've taken it around and we're really happy to have an idea to lead us throughout the tour. We're happy to have taken it in and we are happy and we hope to learn something. All that is left for me is to say you're welcome. Please come and join us. First come physically to the Office of the President and Cabinet Pavilion by Gate 4 of the idea. Thank you very much.